Hi, welcome to Inspire Leadership, Tragedy to Triumph, where I help you turn lemons into lemonade. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Inspired Leadership, Tragedy to Triumph. I'm your host, Ingrid Johnson. Thank you for joining me. Listen, I am so glad you're here with me today. We are going to talk about leadership being a privilege. So, are you taking your team members for granted? Oh, yeah, that team is at home, the community, or on your job. You surely shouldn't be taking people for granted. I hope not. I hope not. Listen, nothing hurts team morale more than team members feeling unappreciated. In training new leaders, I have found that the most difficult lessons relate to how to treat others. Yeah, people can have some stuff with them. We all know that. But we are leaders, or you may be a leader in training, and we should know how to treat people, right? How to treat others. So you see, a business is more than a rule book, its policies and procedures. Is it right? Don't you think so? Don't you agree with me? Everyone matters. At least they should. And we must invite budding leaders and their voices to the table. Yes, we're not going to be here forever. Where are the people coming up behind us? Yes, invite them to the table. Yes, leadership is a team sport. You should have a plan of who's coming up the rear, who's using this time wisely to get mentorship and development and learn their way. And who do you see? Who's in your eye? Who's a budding leader? Now, I happen to believe everyone is a leader. They may not know it. You may not know that you have leadership qualities that deserve to be seen and felt and heard by other people. The world needs you. But yes, leadership is a team sport, and we should be working to develop more leaders. Yes, yes, yes. Now, the people piece, again, it's a bear trying to deal with different personalities and people, but it's time that we stop seeing people as their problem. You heard it. Don't see people as their problem. See people as people. Yes, people have the ability to change when they're ready. Life can change people, circumstances can change people, but people have the ability to change. So when we as leaders continue to see people as their yesterday, it's not reasonable. And we should take another look. We should listen, lean in to see, hey, what are they doing to get themselves together? You'd be surprised what you learn. Or why aren't they moving forward? Perhaps they're currently raising young children. There's a lot of people taking care of parents and seniors. People have a lot on their plate, a lot on their plate, and we shouldn't take them for granted. Everybody, I believe, has a gift. Whether we show it or not, demonstrate it or not, is a whole nother thing. But I do believe we possess something special. Listen, diversity is ruling across the land. We need diversity in leadership because what I may know or what I may be purposed for is not the same as the person sitting next to me necessarily. And so people need leaders who listen in, who weigh in, who can be seen as helpful. So I hope that this conversation is stimulating thought with you because you may have some budding leaders right under your nose, or you may be a budding leader. Maybe you're a little shy and you're like, inside of me, I go to work, I think I could be doing much more. Or I'm home, I could take on a few more responsibilities. I don't mind helping out. That's those leadership qualities perking through, percolating, right? So you have it within you. And when people feel unappreciated, it's very hard to recover from that. If ever, they will mark you for life as being a person who didn't find them as any use at all. And so, yes, we make that mistake at times. We get hot headed about things. But I would hope that over time, as you grow in your own life, in your own world, that you will kind of decrease the pressure and the steam in shorter period of time, maybe not a month or a week, perhaps 24 hours. Yes. And then maybe just a couple of hours sometimes, depending on what's happening, right? But you can do this. You can do this. You can show your appreciation and stop seeing people as problems. That's what happens when people are having issues in the community. People just write people off so easily. Oh, look what happened to her. Look what happened to him. They're no good. Oh, my goodness. But then when something happens to you, mm, then you would like someone to have some sympathy for your situation. But yet, you may not have sympathy for the situations that other people are experiencing. So, we need to be more reasonable in this world. And I'm not claiming it's easy, and definitely there's no perfect in me. This is a work to be inspirational leaders, to demonstrate inspirational leadership, to bring out your compassion and not be afraid to be a tad bit vulnerable, to let people know that you care. That's all I'm asking. Let people know that you care. And if you're walking around saying, I don't care, and you really feeling that, I respect that. But I hope that you can work on that and turn that I don't care around. You see, perhaps there's something that happened in your personal space that made you one of those people who says, I don't care. Okay? So people need people in leadership positions who do care, who will go the extra mile when they can, will roll up their sleeves and lean in and say, hey, is this something I can help you with? Perhaps there's something within our organization that's available to help you and your family. Let me know. I'm here for you. And that's not so hard to do, to say to people that you're here for them, right? And remember, when you do that, they go home and tell their whole family. Now it's spread, it's infectious. That, oh, I was unappreciated on my job. And then they tell 10 people, and then those people feel bad. Like, wow, is your job secure? And then it just raises all kinds of red flags in the home, then your personal life, anxiety and stress come out. And then people get high blood pressure, they get sick. And then now you have a worker who may have been a good worker or someone in the home who really did care about the home, but now they're sick. They're sick because of the extra stress that was placed on them when they were hurt, hurt, hurt. People are hurting. And to me, that's the message. And I'm not trying to just talk about that in a negative light. I'm talking about the hurt in a positive light because I believe that people, just like I did, can turn their lemons into lemonade with just a little bit of help. And I'm trying to bring to the world what I believe is help, to sow a seed. And no, I don't have all the answers. And no, I'm not trying to be anyone's therapist. I am just trying to be me. I'm trying to be me. And I'm trying to encourage humanity to do a better job because people are hurting. And we all want help when it comes to our turn and our time. So, uh, use the COVID as an example. You talk about morale and people feeling unappreciated. Well, perhaps the people don't feel safe. And maybe you got to get in there and say, hey, do we have the right things in place, the right protective measures in place so that our people, our employees, our team members can feel safe? Maybe that will boost the morale, right? Maybe they'll feel respected and appreciated. if you said, "Hey, what is your name?" versus just passing people in hallways and you pass them all the time and you never once think, "What is their name?" Something as simple as calling out their name and saying, "Hi, I see you. Oh, I see you do an excellent job." Give people a compliment. And when they do something that is less desirable, don't hold them hostage to it. Yes, address it. Oh, yes, it'd be irresponsible to not address it if it's necessary. But then you also need to have the ability to move on and support them and help them to move on and while they're trying to do better. So inspire hope in people. Get off of that negative stick where you just write people off and you just rob them of their desire to dream dreams and to go to higher heights because of what you've seen. Yes, you may have seen some things, but you're not in control of their destiny, and people have the ability to change, and they have the ability to turn their lemons into lemonade. And if you ask me how I know, it's because I had a brush with life and had to do the same. And so if it wasn't for the people who supported me, the people who showed and demonstrated their care and concern, I would not possibly be here speaking with you today. But because somebody cared, and they not only cared about me, they cared about my family. We lived to tell the story. So I hope that I have helped you to take a look at how you're treating other people and gave you some ideas about how you can go in and boost the morale of the people around you, even if it's in your home and you see someone right under your nose lacking with the good spirit, lacking and stressed out. You know, you can be of help to that person, and you may not agree with their lifestyle. Nobody asked you to. But just because you don't agree doesn't mean you have to treat them really, really, really bad. And it doesn't mean that you have the right to continue to judge the people and say nasty things as if they can't recover. They can recover. And it may take them some time, but in time, you may not have seen their best yet. And so, listen, thank you for joining me today. I'm Ingrid Johnson, and I can be seen on YouTube, woohoo, and on social media platforms. And I look forward to seeing you again.